Namaskar to all of you. I welcome all of you to this important MOOC course on institutional assessment. By this time, most of you might have aware and convinced about the importance of this course on institutional assessment, which is essential for understanding the strengths and weaknesses of an institution, so that it can strive on the path of progress and prosperity. And progress and prosperity is very important and a part and parcel of any institution and human being as well. From our earlier videos, we have learnt about the review process of an academic institute and also have understood how important is to develop the strategic plan for achieving the institute's vision and mission. And also we have learnt how to identify and assess the parameters of academic process based on review criteria. Now, we will be discussing about the important topic known as the human resources, because human resources are the paramount importance for developing an institution to the international level. On successful completion of this unit, I am sure that most of you will be in a position to ensure the academic contributions through proper human resource development. Question arises, how does human resource development affect an academic program? We know that for running an academic program successfully, it is essential to ensure adequate faculty and staff members with requisite qualifications, domain knowledge and proper orientation in terms of their aptitude and attitude to impart the best education to the students in most effective manner. Hence, adequate availability of able faculty and staff members are very essential to be ensured by an institution for imparting the proper education to the student. Hence, we need to also map the faculty expertise with the curriculum requirements, and that will be covered in the first videos. In the second videos, we will be discussing about faculty development policies and implementations. And beside in that, we will be discussing about research projects, publications, PhD guidance and developmental activities, consultancy projects and other academic contributions also. Let us look at how we can undertake institutional assessment. The foremost important step is to assess the availability of human resource in an institution and analyze carefully to figure out its suitability for meeting the cherished mission and vision of an institution while imparting the best possible education to the students who are instrumental in making better society and the developed nation in future. It is also important and essential to undertake the capacity building programs such that the existing faculty and staff members can really be reoriented and used properly as per the curriculum requirements while keeping overall developments of an institution. In order to assess the availability of faculty members in an academic institute, some of the parameters, namely the student faculty ratio, the faculty cadre ratio, faculty qualification are to be assessed and ensured. And these parameters are generally being used by MBA for accreditation, particularly pertaining to the institutional assessment. As per the criteria 5 of MBA, the faculty information and contributions are to be considered for assessing a program, while the criteria 3 of the NAAC, that is basically the National Assessment and Accreditation Council, which will be looking at basically the research efforts of the faculty members and the institution and consultancy and other programs. Keep in mind that MBA accredits the technical programs such as engineering, management and others, whereas the NAAC accredits the institution and universities overall. So, as mentioned earlier, the faculty cadre proportion, faculty qualification, faculty retention, faculty competencies are the mandatory information to be assessed periodically by the institution, so that it can be improved on its performance in a larger scale. Similarly, institution should promote research culture, encourage good publications, participation in professional programs, consultancy works, community related outreach programs and others. So, in order to assess the institution how it is doing well or not, it is an ongoing process. For that, one can look at a typical table of collecting information about the faculty and staff members, their qualifications, their domain knowledge and their institution from where they have conducted and what are the outreach programs they are conducting. All those things it can be gleaned over the table given in this slide. So, let us now look at table how to calculate the student faculty ratio for any particular program. The student to faculty ratio is essentially imparting the proper education to the students. It can be noted that the student faculty ratio considered by the MBA for undergraduate program will be around 2.25:1 for getting accreditation of 3 years, and similarly for the PG program and also for the other programs it is a 25:1, whereas for diploma engineering program it is 30:1 for getting accreditation of 3 years, whereas for getting accreditation for 6 years it is something around 15:1 for all the programs except diploma. And let us look at the table for student faculty ratio. It can be seen that in this table 3 years are being given. Generally the ratio of professor to associate professor to assistant professor to be maintained in any institute around is equal to 1:2:6 as per the AICTE guidelines. And let us look at how we can calculate this cadre ratio, and which is given in a formula. And if you keep in mind that RF1 is basically required faculty and the AF stands for the actual faculty for a particular cadre, right. So, therefore, one can calculate this thing, and the ratio of professor to associate professor and assistant professor, particularly in PG programs, it will be around 1:2 is to be maintained as per the AICTE guidelines. And it is also important for an institution to retain both the faculty and staff members and for the overall development of the institute. Therefore, this criteria is being used how to retain that, and the number of if you look at how it can be retained, and some kind of allocation of points are given particularly by the accreditation agencies is as given here. And if you look at the faculty retention which is shown in the table, effort must be made to retain 80 to 90% of required faculty members in any institute, because for that of course one has to retain several kind of measures, and it is quite important to retain the faculty and staff members by providing career opportunities, by providing training facilities and adopting the policy of proper promotions in time manner, and providing self development opportunities to the members. And also it is important for institute to provide challenging jobs and assignments, so that they can be excited and they can use their creative power for developing themselves and the institute, and providing more conducive working conditions and extensive fringe benefits, so that they can work well and contribute for the betterment of the institute. The effort must be made to enrich the students' ability, acumen during the education, such that they can cultivate the life skills and adopt proper lifestyles that can leverage the lifelong learning and skill on the contemporary issues while acquiring the cherished domain knowledge. So, therefore, what is important, we will have to map the faculty and also staff members acumen or the qualification with respect to the students requirements of the curriculum. For that, one has to also undertake a content analysis and how this course planning of the teachers, and then teacher maintaining course titles pertaining to the how they can achieve the vision and mission of institute, objectives of the programs, and whether they are adopting the active learning, use of technology effectively for delivering lectures, external expertise such as faculty and learnings, hands-on experience is very important, that has to be looked at, and also there must be a feedback analysis in the institution, so that it can be improved, and innovation in content and delivery techniques, effective and innovative teaching methodology had to be adopted. Besides this, the state of the art laboratory and project facilities must be provided for the student, which can be aligned with the curriculum, because the theory and the practicals must go hand in hand. Besides this, the quality of the learning resources and infrastructures must be provided for implementing the curriculum proper manner. So, besides this, there must be a flexibility and freedom for the faculty members to be creative, and also they add some materials or design their courses such that the curriculum gap can be managed properly, and which will promote the self learning and learning beyond the syllabus, which is the need of the hour. And beside this, there must be, as I told earlier, there must be an assessment and evaluation criteria for taking the feedback from the student, from the faculty, from the staff members, so that institution can improve on the path of progress and prosperity. So, therefore, it is important to map the expertise of faculty members with the requirements of curriculum, as I mentioned earlier, and this is all about the video, and for details you can look at the study material given in e-content. In the next video, we will be discussing about faculty development policies and its implementation, and how we can really improve the institution, that we will have to look at it. Until then, goodbye, namaskar to all of you.